Okay, ignore the fact that I have like a Midwestern baby voice, and that I can't speak to save my life. I'm gonna do my nails and hands. Oosh! Okay, that was an accident, but this isn't going well. So I'm just gonna answer some of these questions because why not? I feel like being extremely annoyingly trans today, as always. And that's okay. This doesn't hurt anybody, except probably cis people, but it's okay for them to get hurt. They deserve it sometimes. Okay. So the first question is like list my 5 biggest gender envies. The thing is, I get gender envy from like almost anything, especially when it comes to anime characters, which kind of sucks because like their genders are like unattainable. Like, have you seen them? They're flipping cartoons. How am I supposed to attain that level of gender? But personally, I've been getting a lot of gender envy from Enmu from Demon Slayer lately. I personally, this ties into the third question as well, but I think he is a pre op trans man. He looks like he has tits, okay? He just has, maybe he just doesn't want to get the op. He just uses he him pronouns, and honestly valid. Honestly, I might, no, I'd probably want to change some things, cuz that'd be fun, you know. Why not? It'll cost a lot of money. I'm gonna probably be flipping broke when I'm older because I just wanted to get my tits off, but that's fine. Anyway, oh yeah. So, I get a lot of gender envy from like non-human creatures in anime and stuff. Like, it's probably because of solidarity. But like ghouls from Tokyo Ghoul, like literally any of them, even the half ghouls, even the quinks, like I don't know what they've got going, but like the eyes, you know what? It's pretty gender. Honestly, I might get some of those contacts one day just to look fucking scary. I am messing up my nails so bad right now, but that's okay. Also, just vampires in general, but especially Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate. When he, like, I don't even know what it's called. I don't pay attention to the story or anything from that show. I just watch the blood. But when he unleashes his full power, or like part of his full power, and he has like all the eyes, that's pretty sick. Kind of wish I could look like that, you know. Just be just become something off. Is it terrifying? It doesn't really scare me, but it'd be scary if it was in real life, you know? And I want to scare people because they scare me. Also, Doma from Demon Slayer, lots of Demon Slayer right now, cause hyperfixation. Also the song Body by Mother Mother, of course, because, you know, sometimes I just feel like my body's falling apart and I want it to because it's not right, but that's okay. And then also, for some freaking reason, a freaking cookie, licorice cookie from Cookie Run. Don't know what that's about. Anyway, this is gonna be a freaking ramble, but second question is, how'd you realize you're trans? Basically, oh my god, it took so long. This bitch had no idea. I was originally, well, I've always kind of liked mask names. Like, I went by Ed for the longest time, and I still kind of do. It's just not my favorite. It was short for like a more feminine thing, but we don't talk about that. But I preferred it, you know. At some point, I realized that I kind of liked when people quote unquote messed up and called me a dude. Big pink, blue, and white flag right there. Like, how'd you not realize? But so I put my pronouns as just any, just call me whatever. I wasn't even like, wasn't even in a gender fluid way. It wasn't even in a trans way. I was just like, please, because I wanted people to quote unquote accidentally use the quote unquote wrong pronouns for me because I like he they. Um should have realized then, but at some point I was just like, what the frick? This gender is confusing. Originally I just like used he, him, and I wasn't really sure if I was trans. And I wasn't even considering non-binary because I watched Blair White and she fucked me up, but eventually I was like, oh shit, I'm non-binary. I went by he, they for a while. I just went by non-binary. I didn't really identify as trans that much, but like non-binary, and like I knew it was trans, but I didn't really go like, oh yes, I am trans, like I as much as I do now. Um, Eventually I was just like, oh wait, I'm just trans, and that's fine, that's cool. Eventually I just totally accepted that I am a super queer, gender hoarder, pronoun hoarder, trans trender. Actually, I watched a video by Ashton Daniels, who I really like his videos, but he did a video on like either xenogenders or neopronouns, something like that, and it was the first video I watched of him. I thought it was great, and that was gross. That kind of helped. And that was like the final push to be like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you're trans, have fun. Oh crud, I just smeared that everywhere. That's fine. Um the last one is favorite trans headcanons, and I actually have like a lot. My favorite of all time is trans Rengoku, because no cis man can do it like he does. It's just physically impossible for him to not be trans. Hanji from Attack on Titan, like, they're confirmed to be some kind of like, well, their gender, Isayama said Hanji's gender is basically up for the reader's interpretation. I just prefer to interpret them as like, God, I forgot, like gender fluid, or I feel like they don't really care about gender that much. Also, autistic Hanji is kind of a headcanon of mine, so like that kind of influences their gender a little bit, in my opinion. I also like trans albedo, and Kanai from Tokyo Ghoul had an arc kind of, it wasn't similar to Mutsuki's, but like basically I think if Ishida, the author of Tokyo Ghoul, if he knew how to write trans characters, Kanai would have been trans. He was originally introduced as like a dude, you know, and so he was originally introduced as a dude. He has a masculine name. His dead name, I prefer to call it, is Karen, or Karen. I don't say Karen. It was pronounced Karen, so at least in Japanese, so that's what I call. I have like no storage, so it stopped. But anyway, Karen was his dead name. I didn't read the entirety of the manga yet, but it was super confusing, and I don't care yet. The anime was awful. It was bad. So anyway, Karn was his dead name. He's introduced to us as a man, and there's kind of a reveal at the end, like, oh, he's actually a girl, and he's in love with his cousin. It's really weird, but I think he's a trans man. That's just what I go with. I call him Kanai. I use he, him, because we have no trans rep. It's honestly disappointing, so I just take what I can get and make it better. Because I'm trans, so I'm allowed to do that. And if any cis people come for me, I'll just take their kneecaps or something. I don't know. I think that joke is like really old. I used to use it a lot though. My voice just got like, I don't know what it's doing right now, but it's better than what it was doing originally, so we're gonna go with that. Anyway, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and so the other thing was a trigger warning for mention of the R word, but basically it was, did you know that seals are word penguins because of their bad eyesight? I actually did not know that, and I hope the penguins are okay and that they stop doing that, because that's not very nice to the penguins. I actually like penguins a lot, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, I think that's it.